free in another hand, where at least I know I'm free. The man who died, he gave their life to me, and I proudly stand up next to you. But the fingers will today, there's no doubt that this land, God bless the USA. I see him, yeah. There he is. And I proudly stand up next to you. God bless you, USA. Woo! This shit is about to get wild. Jump, 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 jump. This shit's gonna get wild. Jump, 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 jump.
Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Andrew. President in American history to address the Libertarian National Convention. A lot of people ask why I came to speak at this Libertarian Convention. It's an interesting question, isn't it? We're gonna have a lot of fun. Well, in the last year, I've been indicted by the government on 91 different things. So if I wasn't a libertarian before, I sure as hell am a libertarian. And unlike Joe Biden, I don't throw people in jail for disagreeing with me. I want to thank the people that have been really outstanding, and they are great libertarians and great people. Ambassador Rick Grinnell, Senator Mike Lee, Ash Patel, Senate candidate who's going to win from Virginia, Hung Cao. I also want to pay our deepest respects to the two young missionaries from Missouri, Davy and Natalie Lloyd, that were viciously killed yesterday in Haiti. It was a horrible thing, and I just want to pay our respects to their families. They're great families, incredible people, and it's a very, very sad moment. What happened was so horrible. So, Davy and Natalie, please, thank you very much. Also, I'd like to express my gratitude to all the fierce champions of freedom in this room. You are champions of freedom. I'm here to talk to you about the rise of left-wing fascism in the country and to need to defeat the corrupt and incompetent tyrant in the White House, crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States. He's the worst president by far in the history of the United States. In fact, I would say that Jimmy Carter is very happy tonight because he goes down as being a brilliant president by comparison. Everyone here tonight believes that we must fight for the same fundamental freedoms, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of the right to own a firearm, and freedom over and you're gonna like me, firearm, you're gonna like me. Nobody better than me. We just got the full NRA, the strongest endorsement they've ever given the NRA. Freedom from over-regulation, freedom from government discrimination, and we believe that we do not have a free country if we do not have free speech. Very strong. We stand opposed to government tyranny in all of its many forms. We are opposed to a government that spies on political campaigns that wonder who that might be. Like they did on me, spies on the American people, censors us, and crushes the rights of its own citizens, which the Biden administration does. We want government out of our business, out of our wallets, and out of our lives. Marxism is an evil doctrine straight from the ashes of hell. Having Marxism in our government is intolerable, and teaching it to our children is considered to us child abuse. The job of the United States military is not to wage endless regime change wars around the globe. The job of the United States military is to defend America from attack and invasion here at home. Property rights are fundamental to a free society.
Agent alert.
Joe Biden's rampant inflation is a monstrous theft from the American people.
We are surrounded by Fed.
We believe that the greatest threat to our country is not from enemies abroad. It's the tyrants, communists, fascists, and thugs attacking our rights. And above all else, we live by the words of the great American patriot Patrick Henry: "Give me liberty or give me death." Our rights and freedoms have never been more in danger than they are right now. That is why I have come to extend a hand of friendship to ask for your partnership to defeat communism, defeat Marxism, and defeat crooked Joe Biden, who is destroying our country. He's destroying our country.
We want Trump! 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 We want Trump!
You're going to be featured on this clip probably right now.
We want Trump! We want Trump! We want Trump!
And by the way, why isn't Joe Biden here speaking to you today? You know why?
That was the clip the mainstream just captured Trump.
The fact is, we should not be fighting each other. If Joe Biden gets back in, there will be no more liberty for anyone in our country. Combine with us in a partnership where you have to combine with us. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden.
I get that cameraman.
Today's radical left Democrat Party is not a Democrat Party of years ago, which still wanted big government, but at least believed in tolerance and free speech. Joe Biden's radical left Democrat Party is a fascist movement that wants to throw you in jail, post a meme.
Photos
They
of
don't
him
like.
cheering
They
on
want to throw
Trump.
you in jail if you do something that isn't quite to their liking. What you're witnessing under Biden is a toxic fusion of the Marxist left, the deep state, the military-industrial complex, the government security and surveillance services, and their partners, all merging together into a hideous perversion of the American system. And that's exactly what it is. The fact is that Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. My mission is to liberate our nation from these fascist
Oh, he's a
frauds
decent man.
and to rescue our democracy, to restore our republic, and to evict Joe Biden from the White House so that America can be a free nation once again.
Yeah, they're doing it again. I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna start covering your face with this thing.
Takes away the bank accounts of U.S. citizens as an extra form of punishment, persecutes Christians and patriotic parents, and is currently trying to put the leading candidate for president in jail.
These media outlets are legit trying to get photos of Josh.
Keep me from talking about their crimes.
He's gonna be
and
the
their unconstitutional
white
acts.
nationalists all over the
They
paper.
want to get rid of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, due process, the right to a fair trial, and the right to counsel, all the while pushing wealth confiscation and waging endless and unnecessary wars all over the globe. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist. We want Trump! We want Trump! We want Trump! The weaponized fight.
They're all
It's probably not him because he doesn't know where the hell he is, but that his people are pursuing. You can make the difference. The Libertarian Party can make a big difference. The Libertarian Party can make a big difference. Together we can make America freer than ever before for citizens of all backgrounds and all walks of life.
He's like trying to extend an olive branch here, and they're just rude.
We can release limited government so that the people can have an unlimited future. United, we will be unstoppable. If we unite, we are unstoppable. And I am proud to be the only president in 70 years.
There's a Fed right there.
No new war. Military-industrial complex. I broke the stranglehold on neocons and warmongers on the Republican Party. And instead of war, I made peace in the Middle East, something nobody thought was possible, and dealt with Kim Jong-un, where a nuclear war was guaranteed to start in a very short period of time if Hillary Clinton became president. You know, that would have been a nuclear war 100%. And you would have never had the October 7th attack in Israel, would have never happened. And the attack in Ukraine by Russia would never, ever have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Yeah! Hundreds of thousands and even millions of people would be living today. I unbound the United States from globalist agreements that surrendered our sovereignty. I withdrew from the Paris Accord. I withdrew from the anti-gun UN arms treaty, and I withdrew from the corrupt and very expensive World Health Organization.
That Fed over there is looking, he's active.
But I passed the most significant criminal
Every third person here is the Fed, I'm serious.
And perhaps my proudest accomplishment is to have exposed the depth of corruption in the Washington swamp. Thanks to me, the entire world knows that the deep state is real, and the mainstream media is fake. Yeah! A great libertarian may very well be in the room right now, I believe. But he's a great libertarian. DeRoy Murdoch, who I've become friends with through his writings in the American Spectator and numerous other places, wrote an article yesterday in which he mentions just some of the things that make me a libertarian without even trying to be one. That's nice. DeRoy wrote, Donald J. Trump will address the Libertarian Party at its national convention on Saturday. The Libertarian Party should nominate Trump for president. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years. The reason for doing so, policy and politics are as solid as the Hope Diamond. DeRoy says this event is very unprecedented, he said. As the Cato Institute president, Peter Gotler, observed in Thursday's Washington Post, it will be the first time first time in U.S. history that a presidential candidate of a rival party will address the convention of a party that is presumably gathering to nominate its own candidate. Now I think you should nominate me or at least vote for me.
We want Trump! 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 We want Trump!
Because the libertarians want to vote for me, and most of them will. That's very important. Because we have to get rid of the worst president in history.
We're having a great
Together we will. And without it, there's a risk that we can have 4 more years we won't have a country left. So what is the purpose of the Libertarian Party getting 3%? What is the reason to take a chance of having this horrible president destroy our country, which he will do in far less than 4 years? It's not going to take 4 years. That is why I'm committing to you tonight that I will put a libertarian in my cabinet and also libertarians in senior posts.
That was fabulous. Maybe it'll be one of us.
Or you can keep going the way you have for the last long decades and get you 3% and meet again, get another 3%. Now, you want to make yourself winners. It's time to be winners.
Scotty, tell him to stop being autistic.
Think of it. I'm asking for the Libertarian Party's endorsement, or at least lots of your votes, lots and lots of libertarians, based on my 4-year, very outstanding presidential record. Much of my record is libertarian.
We want Trump! We want Trump! We want Trump!
Example,
We want Trump! We want Trump!
And where is
We want
Leroy?
Trump!
Is he here?
We want
Leroy!
No, we
Where are
don't!
you? He's great. I like Leroy. I've liked him for a long time, and he is a libertarian. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you. Leroy wrote,
I love
the
that all these
$1.5
photographers who are taking the
trillion
picture
dollar
the
Tax
first one
Cuts
that have
and
done
Jobs Act was America's largest infusion of tax release. That's the largest tax relief
Good.
ever.
I'm good.
It sliced individual tax rates for all taxpayers and slashed corporate tax rates from a punishing 35% to a globally competitive, and much more than that, only 21%.
Yeah!
It was the largest tax cut in the history of our country. Now you can like it or you don't have to. Immediate expensing of business equipment and other reductions fueled the best economy that our country has ever had. For 4 years, we had the best economy our country has ever had. Black and Hispanic unemployment the highest ever to almost $10,000 per family. Think of that.
Yeah!
Number 2, Trump cut red tape as never before. He promised to kill 2 old regulations for every new one. And in fact, he ended up actually scrapping 8 for 1. And he was going to 12 to 1 and doing numbers that were unbelievable. Thank you, Leroy. Leroy is, and I'm actually just quoting from the article that came out today.
The Bible.
From Leroy Murdoch. He said, number 3, Trump fully restrained inflation. We had practically none. Prices were rising just 1.4% as he left. And this was a fraction of the 9% inflation that lying Joe Biden repeatedly claimed Trump handed him. No, he said he handed him no. It went up to 9% after he took over the White House and created all the inflationary acts. He did a horrible job.
What?
The 30-year mortgage rate, as Trump departed, was 2.77% versus the almost 9% today. And you, by the way, even if you pay 9%, you can't get any money. There's no money available. Trump's drill baby drill approach fostered energy independence. Low fuel and electricity prices help moderate inflation and propel economic growth. But all of these things have now skyrocketed. They have skyrocketed to levels never seen. Inflation has hit
How
us
you doing?
harder
How
than
you
it's
feeling?
probably ever has. And
This
people are
tastes good.
suffering.
My appetite.
Trump promotes school choice. Trump's education department repealed the so-called guidance letter that turned on-campus sexual harassment accusations into de facto criminal convictions. You know all about that. Who else can do that to you? Trump restored due process. I know many, many people, what they've gone through with that is they've gone through hell. In a powerful blow, Trump required universities to respect the First Amendment lest they lose their federal funds. They said, you don't respect the First Amendment, we're taking away all of your federal funding. Trump torpedoed Obamacare's individual mandate and got rid of many of its taxes. Medical price transparency empowered consumers to shop for health care services and compare costs. And this is one of the biggest things that's happened, and it's reducing the price of drugs and everything related to drugs and medical care at levels not seen before. This will soon be happening. The competition is now slowing what were ballooning healthcare expenses. Trump signed right to try. Terminally ill patients now can receive experimental and possibly life-saving treatment. And when at death's door, what do these suffering Americans have to lose? What do they have to lose, you ask? They are so thousands and thousands of people are now living because of right to try. Trump nominated some 300 constitutionalist federal judges, a record, including a seldom seen 3 Supreme Court justices in one presidential term. Trump canceled funded federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and other state-funded racism. The Mission Act, which Trump signed, lets military veterans receive federally funded medical care in the private sector if delays prevent their treatment in VA hospitals. In other words, if they're delayed, they can go out and get a private doctor. We pay the bill. They go out, they get a private doctor. They get better. People were waiting online for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and not anymore. Trump signed a measure that streamlines dismissals of federal bureaucrats who abuse America's beloved veterans. He got NATO countries to pay hundreds of billions of dollars more for their other nations to pay hundreds of billions of dollars. The crash at the right. Reducing very substantially what we pay. During the Trump administration, we had peace through strength, no wars other than the complete and total destruction of ISIS. And DeRoy ended by saying that most libertarians would say this is a non-exhaustive roster of accomplishments like no other, that it truly shines. So again, DeRoy, thank you very much. DeRoy Murdoch, I appreciate it. We could not have written that better. And as you say, there were many other things we did that were quite libertarian also. So I want to thank you very much. That was a great article.
You're welcome.
DeRoy Murdoch. When I return to the White House, we will break the deep state grip on our democracy once and for all. I did far more than any other president in that regard. As an example, root out the sickness that has taken over our Justice Department, our FBI, and other agencies. Our goal will be nothing less than the rebirth of fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. Since the day he took office, Joe Biden has worked to persecute political dissidents, including conservatives, Catholics, and other Christians and opponents of his weaponized state. Right now, the Biden DOJ is trying to put Christians in prison for 11 years for the crime of singing hymns. The moment I win the election, I will appoint a special task force to rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner who has been unjustly persecuted by the Biden administration, so that I can sign their pardons or commutations on their way.
Day one. He said day one. Look, here she comes. She's coming to you again. She's coming to you again to get the beer material. I got her too.
That task force, you'll be on
She didn't like that.
As everyone knows, it will be my great honor to pardon the peaceful January 6th protesters. As I often call them, the hostages, the hostages. There has never been a group of people treated so harshly or unfairly in our country's history. This abuse will be rectified, and it will be rectified very quickly. And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht, who was sentenced to time.
I told you, right there.
He said it.
I told
He
you.
said it.
You told me I was crazy, Brad.
He gave it to him.
I told you it was going to happen. I told you, because he's smart. It's worth it.
Now, can we take the time to define commute? Because he said commute instead of free. What exactly does that mean?
I have put forward a
I
detailed plan
sense
to smash
tweaking of the language.
an industrial complex and restore free speech. On day one, I will sign an executive order banning federal agencies from
He said
colluding
commute.
to censor the lawful speech of American citizens. And we will remove the rogue bureaucrats who conspired to take away your First Amendment freedoms. We will do that quickly. I will once again slash a record number of liberty-destroying regulations. I will stop Joe Biden's plan for the largest tax. He is going to give you the largest tax increase in the history of our country. I will end that. And I will make the Trump tax cuts the biggest in the history of our country. We will make them permanent tax cuts. We will also stop the massive Biden inflation tax, a stealth tax by which crooked Joe Biden is printing trillions and trillions of dollars and plundering it for the cronies and political friends that he's got all over Washington. And we will cancel the Green New Deal, which is the Green New Scam. We will terminate Crooked Joe's insane electric vehicle mandate.
Yeah, short him out.
We're
Short
going
him
to
out.
bring your energy costs down by 60 and 70%.
Love those
because
numbers.
We will drill, baby, drill. We will eliminate illegal government discrimination and return to a society based on individual rights and individual merit.
We want Trump. We want Trump.
That's you. That's you, dude.
We want Trump. We want Trump.
Go there. Go on.
We want Trump. 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 We want Trump.
We will go. We will.
And I will also
There's
stop
some
Joe
Biden impersonations, man.
We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your love.
I'm filming
I
everyone
will
to do a
keep
live stream.
Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from her Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. also immediately end the humanitarian disaster on our southern border. We will end it quickly. You cannot have capitalism and also have open borders because you will soon be turned into a socialist nation, then a poor nation, and finally you will be a failed nation. By ending the border crisis, which we will do immediately, we will save freedom, prosperity, and capitalism in America. And before I even arrive at the Oval Office, shortly after we win the presidency, I will have the horrible war between Russia and Ukraine settled. So we quit spending hundreds of billions of dollars to fight other people's wars, and so that we start immediately saving thousands and thousands of lives. And I am committed to restoring peace, to restoring stability, and to stopping Joe Biden's march to World War III. You know you're being led right into World War III.
Yeah, he's right about that.
You're going to have World War III, and it'll be a war like no other because of the weaponry, the massive weaponry. It will be a war like no other. We will stop it. I'm the only one that can stop it. I will protect American sovereignty from the creeping hands of global government. And as we speak, Joe Biden's minions are in Geneva, secretly negotiating to surrender more of our liberty to the World Health Organization. Drafts of the agreement show that they want to subjugate America to foreign nations, attack free speech, empower the World Health Organization to redistribute American resources. They're going to take our money and send it all over the world to other countries. We need for our own citizens the pandemic. Pushing Marxist and communist race and gender theories are we will keep men out of women's sports. I will not give one penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate.
What about my WNBA career?
We will shut down our out-of-control federal Department of Education and give it back to the states and local governments. I will return power to the states, local governments, and to the American people. I am a believer in the 10th Amendment. I will always defend religious liberty and the right to keep and bear arms. And I will secure our elections. So in conclusion, to every freedom lover here today is Mira Latimer. And all across our land, I say, this is no ordinary election. Freedom itself is at stake. This will be the most important election in the history of our country.
Again.
So if you want to strike a blow against the corrupt system in Washington, if you want to send a message to all of the people who want to take away your liberty, then right now, in this election, we need your help. We need your support. When I'm in the White House, you will always find an open door to the Oval Office. Together, we are taking on some of the most menacing forces and vicious opponents our people have ever seen. But no matter how hateful or corrupt the communists and criminals we're fighting are, and they are vicious and they are corrupt, you must never forget, this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. This is your home, this is your heritage, and our American liberty is your God-given right. 2024 is our final battle. With your help, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communist, Marxist, and fascist. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. And we will drain the swamp, and we will restore and rescue our country from these tyrants and villains once and for all. Ladies and gentlemen, The great liberation of America begins on November 5th, 2024. It will be the most important day in the history of our country. And the forgotten man and woman will be forgotten no longer. I want to thank you. I want your support. And again, you can either nominate us and put us in the position or give us your vote. Nominate or give us your vote. We want libertarian votes because you stand for what we stand for, and don't waste a vote. And don't allow the worst president in the history of our country to come back and do the final destruction of America. Thank you very much, everybody.
USA! USA! USA!
Only this girl is We are surrounded by feds. Great job. Great job. Look, those guys hate you. Those guys don't like you. Those guys are mad at you. These people are mad at Josh for playing Trump. These mainstream media outlets keep getting pissed off at him. They wanted him to sabotage.
Hey Johnny, what do you think of the speech, son? It was fantastic.
It's like really crazy. One after another mainstream outlet came up to Josh wanting him to sabotage, like, and they got mad when he wouldn't.
Don't you ever be sad. We don't need on the lives of it.
Go. Get out of here. Let's go. Hey, good Trump. You gotta pick up your ass like everybody. Good. That's what he does. Yeah. Clean up. We clean up.
My guy was an employee for Jurassic Park.
Do I?
There's ways out here.
All right, can we get to Afro Man now? There was only, what, 4 or 5 people got thrown out of that thing?
Yeah, I'm surprised that well.
Okay, yeah, considering we were sitting in the middle of the Hitler Youth, so that.
You're just rubbing.
Oh, come on, dude. Those guys were. Those guys were not what he represents.
Welcome back, Andrew McCarver.
That guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stick around.
For the mud fight. We'll be having progressive mud fight. Yeah.
We had a straw poll earlier today.
Where MAGA supporters and anti-Trump libertarians will be mud fighting on the stage. Right here.
I'd love to have a press conference with you right now. Please stick around.
Closing thoughts, Mr. President.
You know, I thought I did a really good job, especially there at the end. Let's see.
Yeah. There's the thing about flyers, you don't have to grab everyone someone hands to you.
Who's this guy?
I don't either.
You know,
All right, well.
I want some McDonald's.
Well, let's go get some McDonald's, Mr. President.
It's time for McDonald's. Anything on that McDonald's? Does anybody want?